welcome back to the channel. It is the 16th of May. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos. It's probably been a month or two, if not longer. No guarantees I'll be back on a regular basis just yet, but I had an urge here to film a video here. Let's take a look at the markets, guys. A lot has happened since I have been out of the YouTube space. We had a pretty large market correction, to say the least. We had some historic bearish sentiment marking what should be a major market bottom looking back, and it looks like we're well off the lows across the board, both cryptocurrencies and the stock market. Let's take a deeper dive in here, guys. If you are an OG to the channel, let me know down in the comments, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I come back on a regular basis or if I take a longer break here. I haven't even used TradingView in a while. I've just been busy doing some other things, very involved in the markets. But as far as making videos, just taking a step aside here. So we're looking at the Aerodrome Finance / United States dollar chart, daily chart. Coinbase is the data. This is the one that we have done in the past, covered in the past. So we had a very major lower target. Let's take a step back here, guys. We have this head and shoulders here, and we had a lower target. Obviously, we broke down back in January. We spent most of this year on a very steep decline, with the worst of the decline coming in right towards the bottom, which is classic market correction here. We have a slow and steady decline, and then we go, the velocity picks up as we get towards a major market bottom. Indexes, cryptocurrencies. We'll take a look at Bitcoin. All bottomed right around that April, early to April time frame here. So the head and shoulders target I had, again, this is going back to December, January time frame, was 25 cents. So if you look back at some of those last videos I did, I had a target for that and got a lot of hate for it. Totally fine. I get it. When the price is up here above $1 and I'm saying, hey guys, heads up, if this plays out, you're looking at a quarter. That's a huge haircut. 25 cents was the head and shoulders target, and the market didn't quite get there. So that's, good for those that didn't want to see that. But we got the 28 cents. That's very, very close to the target I was looking for. And this thing has bounced quite a bit. So from the lows here around 28, we'll call it, to where we're at today, 65 cents, 128%, roughly 129% off the lows. We have higher lows and higher highs, guys, moving our way up here as the market sentiment starts to go in the other direction. So we have extreme bearish sentiment near the lows, historic over in the stock market. And as the market starts to come up, we gain more and more bulls, and we get less and less bears. By the time the general public wants to get back in the market, that they believe that maybe the prices are done going lower, I can't stand the price to continue to rise, I'm missing out. That's the time when the market will be selling off again, and profits will be taken by the smart money. You got to be a contrarian in these markets to make money, guys. So I think that there is some more selling to come here. Do I think we have a long way to go to the upside? Yes, I do. And I'm talking about over in the stock market. As far as Aerodrome, we could see some support here at 63.01. We're just above that now. We're trading at 65.429. Again, I haven't looked at these charts in a while. We could have some other support. I should say we definitely have some other support in between 63 and 25. I will have to fill in those blanks if I come back here on a regular basis. But right now, I would be watching the 63.01 for a level of market support. Notice that when this thing came off the 28 lows, took off like a rocket, we found some trading, some resistance right around that 63-cent level, and we're pulling back to it. If you've been around a while and watched my older videos, you know how these levels work. They pull the price up and they push the price back down, and vice versa, depending on where the price is and trading. So we got very close here to the 25 cent. We hit 28 and we're taking off to the upside. Let's go take a look here at Bitcoin. So that'll be the BTC USD, and the data is from Coinbase. Very close to all-time highs, guys. Exciting times. Looking for a much steeper, let's not fool around here, guys. 109,000, call it all the way down to 74, 75,000. That's a pretty major correction. We found support at the 74,958 level, give or take. Took off like a rocket, put in a higher high, and here we are cooling off once we get to this 104 level, 104,622. We got huge targets above the market. 130,000 should be in the play once Bitcoin breaks into new all-time highs. 116 is in front of that, but again, 130. Sentiment, though, the fear and greed index shows us that we could see a little bit of selling here, maybe gaining some more bears, and then this market should be ready to rocket to the upside. We had a little bit of selling over in the stock market right at the end of the day, so that could tell us that Monday or Sunday night could be a bearish opening. But overall, these markets are heading higher, guys, quite a bit higher. That's my opinion, of course, not financial advice. So were you buying Bitcoin down here in the $74,000 range? You know, most people are not believing this rally here, and they will continue to wait and miss out on the sidelines. When you have extreme fear in the markets, extreme bearish sentiment, what a good opportunity as a contrarian investor to jump on board. Most were saying the market's heading lower. So far, that's not what it's telling us here. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know, should I come back on a regular basis, or should I continue to take a nice long break as we head into summer here? Again, I'm very involved in the markets as far as making YouTube videos. I've taken a step aside as I'm focusing on some other things, but the markets are a huge passion of mine. You guys can always reach me at my email address, or of course down in the comments. I'll have the email down in the video description. I believe it's microfeaturestrader at proton.me or something like that, Proton Mail. I'll have it linked down below. You guys have a great day.